What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, happy Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. This is another day, another awesome day. It's a little dreary in Chicago. Looks like it may rain. I don't know. I didn't check the weather, but looking outside, it looks like it may rain. Anyway, hope you all are having a fantastic start to your day, and welcome to Quita in the Mornings. My name is Quita. We are in the mornings and we talking about some women's hoops because that's what we do here. That is what we do. We talk about women's hoops here, and I hope y'all are excited about it. So make sure to grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your French toast. Does anyone still eat French toast? Does anyone still eat French toast? I love French toast. I used to be obsessed with French toast. Like, I loved it. Haven't had French toast in a while, but like that's a really awesome breakfast food. So what are y'all eating? Are y'all eating anything for breakfast? Like lately, I don't really eat breakfast. I'm just more like a lunch and dinner type of person. But anyways, let's get into it because it's Saturday. Y'all got other stuff to do, and I don't want to waste all y'all time talking about some breakfast. anyway, again, good morning and welcome to Quita in the Mornings. We got a big show for you all, getting you all up to date with what is happening in the world of women's hoops. And today I have three things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Maryland and some of the surprises that they have been able to pull off. Like Brenda Frese is fantastic. I got to talk about Deja Kelly and I got to talk about Minwatanda, who has entered the transfer portal in a shocker, in my opinion. All right, so let's get into it. And also, we may have time at the end if you all have any other random questions that have nothing to do with those three topics. We'll maybe get to those as well. All right, let's get into it. And let's first start off with talking about Double O, Oluchi Akanawa. Because, guys, we just saw a shocker. Because Brenda Frese, the head coach of Maryland, just put off another transfer masterclass. Okay. Now, nobody saw. Well, I didn't see this coming. With Oluchi Akanawa entering the transfer portal to begin with, right? She was the ACC tournament MVP. She was a breakout star from this past season for Duke's Elite Eight run. She officially has confirmed that she is committed to Maryland. She decided to leave Duke, and there was a bit of question marks of where in the world will Double O go, and Double O is headed to Maryland. Now, despite never starting for Duke, Oluchi Akanawa became the difference maker for this team down the stretch. She ended up dominating the ACC tournament when she averaged 16.3 points a game, 6.7 rebounds a game, and was 10 of 11 shooting from the three. She torched NC State for 22 points and 10 boards in that final ACC game. Now, she is a Terp. And with this move, Maryland might just have become a Final Four threat. All right, now hear me out, because Brenda Frese is who I kind of call the portal queen, okay? While other coaches are still trying to figure stuff out and complaining and whatnot about the transfer era, Brenda Frese has just totally owned it. And she has continued to rebuild her roster and make sure that Maryland is a very, very competitive place. Right? I believe she had like one season where like Maryland was not very good, but like overall, Brenda Frese is a absolute winner, and she knows how to just put players together to make stuff work. Okay. Because once again, she has retooled her roster via the transfer portal. Now, what specifically did she recently do? Well, she just filled all of her spots for next year. They're filled now. The final spot was with Double O, Oluchi Akanawa, the ACC MVP and Sixth Player of the Year. You also add in Yarden Garzon from Indiana, who is absolutely amazing. That was a shock too. That was a shock, Yarden Garzon even leaving Indiana, but she left and she is heading to Maryland. She is someone who can shoot the lights out. Yarding her zone is absolutely fantastic, and the fact that we see this Maryland squad pick up someone like a Yarding Garzone, someone who is tall. She's a 6'3" player, can play like that wing position. She's like more of like a small forward shooting guard type of thing. She is someone who can knock down shots left and right. This past season for Indiana, we saw Yarding Garzone have some big games, right? There was one game where she scored 35 points, right? On average, this is someone who made herself known for this Indiana squad that she started every single game for since she ended up going there as a freshman. This is someone who finished this past season averaging 14.4 points a game, right? She's just fantastic, and Maryland got her. Not only did Maryland just get Oluchi Ekanwa, someone who proved that she can make some stuff happen off the bench. Not only did you get Yarding Garzone, who is a very, very tall guard who can shoot the lights out, you also got Gracie Merkel. Now, I know some of y'all probably don't know who Gracie Merkel is, but let me tell you, this girl is tall. Because height is important. Height is absolutely important when it comes to women's basketball. And Gracie's tall. She's a 6'6" center who played at Penn State last year. And last year for Penn State, she averaged 15.5 points a game. This is someone who shoots very, very efficiently. She was someone who shot around 67%, which was the Big Ten field goal percentage leader. She's someone who can rebound the basketball as well. And yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic to ultimately see her do her thing. Again, you got your center now. You got your new center now. Someone who's very, very tall, who can give you 15 and 8. You have now another wing player who can shoot the lights out. And you have a all-around player who can do everything, offense and defense. This is not a rebuild for Maryland. It's not at all. This is a reload for Maryland. And I just want to talk specifically about how Oluchi fits with this Maryland squad. They after the announcement was made, Coach Brenda Frese said that Oluchi is the final piece to a very special team. And guys, she wasn't exaggerating, because Double O is someone who can give you a two-way star. She can be a lockdown defender, and she can shoot. Now, she's gotten better for sure at shooting, and we saw it as the year progressed around. She also is someone who knows how to play fast, which is perfect for what Brenda Frese wants to do. She wants some up-tempo offense. And you need some players that can stay in the game and not get too winded. And that's something that Oluchi can absolutely do. You also need someone who has a high basketball IQ. And that's what Double O has. She has the basketball mindset. She has the personality that's just like, hey, whatever happens, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work, and I'm ready to work hard, and I'm ready to make some stuff happen. Okay? And also, guys, a thing to note is that she just finished her sophomore year, which means she has 2 seasons left to potentially make more noise at Maryland. So I'm just saying, like, they did not just get a sort of 1-year rental for Oluchi Ekanwa. It's likely that she probably stays both years at Maryland, which is great. Absolutely great. And now here is what Double O actually had to say about transferring over to Maryland. She said the goals for next season are to win. Who isn't looking to win a Big Ten championship and make a deep run in the tournament? This program sets me up to achieve this goal due to the roster put together. I'm just so excited to be a part of it. I also have a goal of just all around improving. I feel like I have so much more room to grow as a player and student of the game. And I know that can be achieved here. Yeah. Yeah, of course she knows it. Of course she knows it. And she, had conversation with Brenda Frese, and from those conversations, she's like, yeah, Brenda Frese is, that's the coach I want, that's the coach, because Maryland feels like home to her already, and a place that she can grow both as a player and a person. So yeah, man. Yeah. Players are excited to go to Maryland. It should be pretty fun. And I just want to just quickly talk through Maryland's outlook for 2025 and 2026 season. Here's the deal. Maryland lost a huge talent in Cheyenne Sellers. Huge talent they lost. And, there was a question mark about, okay, Cheyenne Sellers is gone. You do still have good players, but your, in my opinion, best player is out. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen when it comes to this team for next year? How are you going to reload? Well, those questions about reloading are answered, right? Because not only do you have Gracie Merkel, Aluchi Akanawa, and Yarden Garzone, who you just got from the transfer portal, you also return some fantastic players like a Kayleen Schmeichel, a Sailor Poffenbarger, Bree McDaniel, Ali Kubek. There's so many players already on this Maryland team who are fire. And I'm just saying, when you look at the roster for Maryland next season, I'm just like, man, they're going to look really, really good in the Big Ten. Truly. Especially because, especially with USC basically not going to be not going to be a factor because of Juju's injury and whatnot. I'm just like, wow. For next season, Maryland is looking really, really good in the Big Ten. Seriously, they're looking very good in the Big Ten. And y'all, I'm going to just say this. Brenda Frese has always been a top tier coach for me. I remember the Marissa Coleman days from Maryland, right? Maryland was that team. And the thing is, Brenda has always figured out a way to just retool, continue to be successful. And the group of ladies that she has just put together, now, again, barring anybody else transferring, this is, they have their squad for next year. This is a thing where we just see Brenda just make stuff happen, and it's pretty cool. So I can't wait. Because it seems like, as of right now, the top dogs for the Big Ten are going to be, you got UCLA, of course, and Maryland. Seriously, those are going to be some two of the top dogs, right? Preach It P says top 3 in the Big Ten looks like Maryland, UCLA, and Michigan. Yeah, I mean top 2 for sure is it. As of right now, in my opinion, it is Maryland and UCLA. That's for sure. Amor says, first time viewer here, what can I expect from this channel? Well, thanks so much for rocking out with the channel. Well, this is a women's basketball channel, so welcome to Quita Loves Sports. This is Quita in the Mornings. This is a morning stream every day where I do a stream talking about what's happening in the world of women's basketball. So if women's basketball is your thing, subscribe, rock out. If women's basketball is not your thing, find another channel, find something else to rock out with, because if women's basketball is not your thing, you will not like this channel. Okay? Okay. All right, but thanks so much for joining. I appreciate all the new people joining. Yeah. But yeah, rock out, enjoy the chat. The chat is like probably my funnest thing about this live stream, about what we do here, is the chat. It's really, really, really fun. Let's see. Nancy says, didn't Okonowa go in the transfer portal? Yeah, she did. Yep. That's why. So she was at Duke. Now she is at Maryland. Appreciating if you said I like Smichael a lot. Yeah. Kayleen Smichael's great. She is. Lisa says, Maryland isn't far from me too. Definitely going to try to get to a game. Yes. Get to a game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get to a game. Wow, Nancy's in Germany. Nancy, are you always in Germany? I didn't realize you were in Germany. Wow. It's 3:15 in Germany on a sunny day. Nice. Shout out to all the international listeners. Shout out to all of the international listeners, guys. Thank you. Tisha says, I like Maryland, especially when two of my all-time favorites were there, Christy Tolliver and Alyssa Thomas. Yes. I was a huge Christy Tolliver fan. Like, Alyssa Thomas, I didn't really start really rocking with her until she went to the WNBA. I didn't start to really rock with her until she went to the WNBA, but oh my goodness. Christy Tolliver, Christy was fan-freaking-tastic. Okay? All right. Will says, give Quita a like. Y'all, only 65 right now. Yes, we got about 350 people in the chat, but we don't have that many likes. If we could, please hit that like button. That really does help the channel out a whole lot. Okay? That really does help the channel out a lot. We got a question from Dorright. Says, hey, Quita, I think there is a way to reduce or turn off ads interrupting the YouTube Suite settings. We're getting ads interrupting during your lives. Yeah, so I have my live stream monetized. So occasionally a ad will pop up during a live, or sometimes during, like, you know, one of my videos that I like just put out. So sometimes you will see ads that will appear during lives and during like my regular videos, just because they are monetized. Now, to fully avoid ads, which I do, I actually pay for YouTube Premium to avoid ads because I personally hate ads. But the ads are the only way for me to make a little bit of revenue from this, to help to improve my setup and all that stuff. So unfortunately, ads cannot fully go away, because that is, besides super chats or whatever, that is the sort of lone way that I can actually make some sort of money from this. But you can become a YouTube Premium subscriber, which is what I have paid for since Premium has been a thing. And that way you could avoid all ads altogether on anyone's channel. So yeah, hopefully that is helpful. Kentucky Rick says, do y'all realize that including two-way players, the NBA has 540 roster spots versus the WNBA's 156 roster spots? That doesn't include the G League. Yeah. There is a lot. There is a lot of there's a lot of players in the NBA, and there's just not as many in the WNBA, mainly because there's not as many teams. Like, we don't have that many teams in the WNBA compared to the NBA. So like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of differences. But thank you so much, Kentucky Rick, for sharing that random information that is, you never know that you wanted to know. And now that you know, you're like, actually, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, the NBA has more teams. They've been around longer. They have more money. And therefore, they have more players and more opportunities for those players, because forget the two-way players. You got the whole G League that is just a thing as well. Right? So, yeah. Oh no, Peace Love Jen says, literally as you said that, I got an ad. Oh no. Sorry about that. Sorry, I hope they're not, I hope they're not too interruptive. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to say. Is there anything else anybody wants to say about Maryland? Chicago Cheetah says, I stopped supporting Maryland when Angel Reese left. Oh no. I mean, are you gonna come back? Because Maryland's looking pretty good. Maryland is looking pretty good for next year. Are you gonna come back and rock out with them, or is it just like personality based? Which is fine. Like, some people are like very glued to certain players. Ken says Brenda always has a lot of talent. Yeah, she's a master recruiter. She is a master recruiter. Nancy says, what's the number of roster spots for the NBA? I want to say 15, but I am not totally sure. Here, let me check that out. I believe it's 15. Yeah, 15 players. So yeah, the NBA has 15 players, but they do have 3 two-way contracts that they can have. So it could be 18 players maximum, but 15 players like as your like mainstay on the team. So 15 compared to 12. Thank you so much, Taylor, for the super sticker. Really do appreciate it. Salute to you. It is a pair character holding his belly, laughing out loud. I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Thank you. All right. Peace Love Jen says it was the funniest thing, funniest cut right before you mentioned premium. It's like they were listening. I do think YouTube is listening to like figure out when they're gonna place ads, because like they just place them wherever. And there's like sometimes there's like a bar that shows up if I look at it that says, oh, an ad is running or whatever, but like, I don't know. YouTube, I guess, knows all. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from Maryland to talk about the WNBA. Let's talk about Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly has gotten a second chance. Okay. Now let's kind of talk about it. All right. Let's kind of talk about it. So, Deja Kelly went undrafted, but the Aces gave her a shot. She was at the WNBA draft on Monday, dressed to the nines, sitting there waiting for her name to be called. No, she was not invited to as a player to attend the draft by the WNBA, but she went, and she was there. And she thought that she was going to get drafted. There was a lot of people who thought that she was going to get drafted in the 3rd round. But pick after pick, that moment never came for Deja Kelly on draft night. She is a 5-year starter in college basketball. She was an all ACC star. She was someone who was a staple when it came to March Madness. She did not get drafted. And let's be real, that for sure kind of hurt, right? But just when it looks like the dream was slipping away, just when it looked like Deja Kelly was not going to have an opportunity to actually make an impact in the WNBA, just before you thought it was all over. Deja Kelly gets an opportunity. Deja Kelly gets an opportunity, and she is headed over to the Las Vegas Aces as she has signed a training camp contract. And guys, I got to tell you, I think this is pretty awesome. Okay? I think this is pretty awesome because this is someone who, wanted this badly. And now she's going to have an opportunity to actually make a roster spot. Now let me put up the graphic that the Aces put out, and we'll continue to talk about this. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's kind of talk. The Las Vegas Aces, I'm assuming they called. Maybe they sent the email. They probably called her, and now she has a shot with the two-time champs. So, for some who don't remember who Deja Kelly is, well, here's a quick synopsis. This is someone who started almost every single game in college. Right? She started 152 out of 153 college games at both North Carolina and at Oregon. She spent 4 years at North Carolina and became a 3-time All-ACC first-team selection player. She finished 8th in North Carolina history when it comes to their scoring list with over 1,800 points. Then she decided this past season to transfer to Oregon for her final season, where she averaged 12.2 points a game, 4.3 rebounds a game, and 3.3 assists a game, leading the Ducks to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Deja Kelly, now, while she is not the most efficient player in the world, she does have a mid-range game. She does have the ability to kind of rise at big occasions and the ability to sort of lead her squad. Also, she does have a little bit of international experience. She played a little bit of time for USA Basketball and got a silver medal from the 2023 FIBA America Cup. Deja Kelly is a talent. She is. But despite everything, she did not get drafted. Partially, I think some of that is due to her height. I think part of that is due to her sort of inefficiency when it comes to shooting. She doesn't have the best shooting percentage. And ultimately, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes you don't have, you think you earned your opportunity to get a draft spot, and sometimes you just don't get drafted. She was there in the building. She showed up for what would have been the biggest night of her career and left without a team. That's a disappointment. And that's the kind of disappointment that doesn't just sting, it sort of lingers. You put in the work, you prove yourself year after year, and still no guarantees. That is the brutal reality of the WNBA draft and just pro sports in general, right? Because in the WNBA, there's only 12 roster spots per team, just 13 teams total. And even, top level players can get left off the board. But here is where the story kind of turns, because yesterday, at least I saw it yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Yesterday, the Las Vegas Aces, the 2-time WNBA champs, announced that they were signing Deja Kelly to a training camp contract. This means that she will have an opportunity to compete for one of the most coveted roster spots in the league. But let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. It's not going to be easy at all. And it's not even likely that she makes a roster because Vegas is loaded. You got Jackie Young. You got Chelsea Gray. You got Jewel Lloyd. Like, the backcourt is looking really good for the Las Vegas Aces. Not let alone all the other players that they got. But let's kind of flip the thought process. What better way to learn and grow than to do it with the Aces? Because in this training camp contract, she will have an opportunity to go head-to-head with the best. one of the best coaches in the league, with some of the best players in the world. She's going to have an opportunity to soak up that culture, soak up the knowledge that she gets from that, and she's going to have an opportunity to prove that she belongs, whether that's in Vegas or whether that's somewhere else down the line. This is a huge opportunity, right? Deja Kelly may not make the final roster. I don't expect her to. However, this opportunity means everything in a lot of ways. It means that someone still sees a spark in Deja Kelly when it comes to women's basketball. This means that her story is not over. It's just taken a very, very interesting detour. That's what this is. Now, again, as we have talked about before, players get added to training camp contracts all the time. They don't always get signed. It is what it is. It's a casualty of the league. But one training camp contract could lead to another opportunity somewhere else because coaches talk, people talk. And it could be like, hey, maybe she doesn't make the roster, but maybe she did certain stuff in training camp that the Aces remember and they tell to other teams. And maybe she gets another shot somewhere else. This is a league where Becky Hammond, Erica Wheeler, Sammy Wickham, they all went undrafted. And look at the careers that they have had, right? You can never, ever really count someone out. So, this is one of those things where this is just one story of many. We have seen a couple of players not get drafted in the WNBA and yet still sign a training camp contract with a team. The story is not over. There's a lot of players who are on training camp contracts now. Will a lot of players end up actually signing with these teams for the full season? No. However, again, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. For example, Imani Jefferson. She just got signed to a training camp contract. She went undrafted this year, right? She played at Florida Gulf Coast, right? Maria Goddang. She just signed with the Atlanta Dream. She went undrafted, right? She played for North Carolina, right? This is one of those things where Julia, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Anyway, from Michigan State, she went undrafted. She signed a training camp contract with the Phoenix Mercury, right? So, Jessica Carter was someone who was drafted in the 2024 WNBA draft. She did not make the roster for the Liberty. She did end up joining partially in the season for the Las Vegas Aces. Now she signed a training camp contract with the Chicago Sky for this year. Alyssa Utsby, she was another player who was not drafted in this year's WNBA draft. She signed with the LA Sparks. Just because you don't get drafted on draft night does not mean your opportunity is over. Okay? And that's basically what I wanted to say. Anyway, Shamika says, I think Goddang will fight for a spot. Quote me. I mean, she of course will. Yeah. Of course. Of course. Tulip says, Deja will fight with Harmony and a vet for the last roster spot. Yeah, remember, that Dana Evans is on that team as well. This is a Las Vegas Aces team that, it's going to be hard to make that roster. It's going to be very, very hard to make that roster. Because let's just go down the line real quick of who the Las Vegas Aces have. Okay, they have Jackie Young, they have Deja Kelly, they have Kirsten Bell, they have Tiffany Mitchell, Queen Egbo, Elena Tinsky, Crystal Bradford, Dana Evans, Chelsea Gray, Aaliyah Nye, Harmony Turner, Megan Gustafson, Asia Wilson, Jewel Lloyd, Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, though she's not playing this season, Elizabeth Kitley, and Kia Stokes. Or Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, didn't she announce she was, hold on. I don't want to say it before I double check, because I could have sworn. Yeah, she's pregnant. There we go. I was like, I could have sworn I saw she was pregnant. But yeah, so it's looking likely that Cheyenne will not be playing, at least for the majority of the season. She's expected to give birth in late June. So I feel like that's probably not enough time to even come back for the season. We'll see. But anyway, my point is, it's going to be difficult to make that Vegas roster. However, this is an opportunity. And that's all you really need. That is all you really need. Kentucky Rick is right. Quinn Egbo dunked during a recent practice. Not only once, she dunked twice. She had 2 dunks in that practice session. She had a one-handed dunk and a two-handed dunk. I saw it. I was like, oh wow, Quinn Egbo. All right, girl, you better jump. So we'll kind of see how things are going. Tulip says, is Hamby pregnant or is she trolling on Twitter? I think she's pregnant, but it didn't seem like she was joking. I think she's pregnant, but I don't know. We'll find out soon. We will absolutely find out soon because they're gonna have to say it if she actually is and will miss part of the season. They'll have to say it. But I assume I didn't think she was trolling, but I don't know. Anyway, to the final story of the day, final story, and then we will get out of your hair. I always say we will, like it's more than me, but I don't know. Okay. All right, let's move. Shannon says she's not pregnant. So was she just joking? If she was just joking, I guess I'm bad with jokes. I didn't think she was joking, but maybe she was joking. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so she was just trolling then? She was just trolling? All right. The chat is saying no. All right. I will go with the chat. I will go with the chat. And I'll actually look into it too. Okay, anyway, on to the last and final topic, and it involves Texas basketball. Mewat Honda has entered the transfer portal for Texas. She is someone who I thought was really good for Texas this year. 6'2" junior, out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Random place, Sioux Falls. I've never been there. I would love to go to Sioux Falls. I feel like, I don't know. I wonder what's in Sioux Falls. Mr. President wants to go too. That's why he's barking. Anyway, Mewat Honda finished this season with Texas averaging 17 minutes a game and around 5.6 points a game, 2.9 rebounds a game as well. She shot 46% from the field. To be honest with you guys, I'm a little shocked that she decided to transfer. I just assumed that she was cool staying at Texas. But I guess not. I guess she wants to go somewhere else and figure out a way to be competitive somewhere else. Again, I'm shocked about this. I just wanted to mention it. I don't have a deep dive to talk about with this, but yeah, I just want to talk about it. She's been at Texas her entire college career, And the question mark is, where in the world does she go now? Right? Where does she go? She had a big year this past year for Texas because Aaliyah Moore went down. She had ended up having a season-ending injury, and Miwatanda ended up playing a whole lot more minutes than what was expected of her. And I thought she had a pretty decent year, right? She had that big game against Illinois in the NCAA tournament where she had like 19 points. And I thought she would be fine with this squad and staying with the squad for the rest of her career. But she's like, you know what? I gotta go. So we'll see. We'll see where she goes. I have zero speculation about where Minwatanda goes, but I enjoyed watching her play this year, and I'm interested to see ultimately what she does next. But I just wanted to mention it. That's all. Not a deep dive. Maybe I'll have a deep dive later where I can think more about it. But I think it was a surprise to me. It was a big surprise to me. Amor says, I think this Texas exit is huge. Yeah. I think she was a huge piece when Aaliyah Moore went down. Huge piece for this squad. Carmela says Vic didn't play her enough. I knew she was going to. Oh, you did? Oh. I just thought she was cool with her position. Let's see. Lindy is asking, how much longer is the portal open? The portal closes on April the 23rd. Okay, the portal closes on April the 23rd. All right. That is a fantastic question. And just so you all know, here's a quick portal update. As of yesterday at 4 p.m., we are at 1,442 players in the transfer portal. 1,442 players in the transfer portal. We have 412 players who have already committed to new squads, and 26 players have withdrew their names. Okay? 1,442 entries. Tulip, no Sarah update as of yet. I mean, she's been rocking out in Baton Rouge. And she has not made a decision as of right now. So we'll see. We'll see. Emmanuel says everyone wants to be the main character. Well, in a lot of ways, that's human nature. That's human nature. Everybody wants to be. There's a song I used to like. It's like, everybody wants to be a big shot. Who made that song? Everybody wants to make a quick buck. Everybody wants to be on the top. Anyway, I'm gonna have to look that song up. Sorry, I used to like that song. I don't even know who made it. Anyway. Bradley says Dawn needs bigs. Yeah, she needs some bigs. She does. We'll see if she does it. We'll see if she can get some. I'm sure she will. Like, there's a lot of players in the draft. I mean, in the transfer portal, including a lot of tall players in the transfer portal. Like, she should be able to get somebody for sure. All right. Anyway, y'all have a good one. That is the stream. Anything else? Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? If not, we will resume tomorrow. Okay. While I look up. Oh, it's salt and pepper. The Majestic Mike says salt and pepper. Yeah, it is. You're right. Yes. They have a song called Big Shot. There we go. Thank you. Y'all know, there's sometimes where like you've like years and years ago, you used to listen to something and like something sparks and then you remember lyrics to it, but you don't remember who made it and you don't really remember how the beat goes, but you remember the song. That was this instance for me. Like I used to be such a big music person, and so like literally in high school I would call myself the human jukebox. Like I'd be like, hey, you say a word, I will sing a song for you. Like I'll do it, and and that's been such a long time ago. Anyway, that was Salt and Pepper song Big Shot. Yep. So everybody wants to be a big shot. Everybody wants to make a quick buck. Everybody wants to be on the top. and it's true. Everybody wants to be like me, just like me. Anyway, Team Monique, thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Says, hey, Quita, happy to catch a live 6 a.m. here in LA. Wow. 6 a.m.? Wow, that's early. That is early. Unfortunately, the timing does not work right where I can be live at a reasonable time for the West Coast, but I appreciate y'all West Coast people for rocking with me. Really do. Thank you. What you doing up at 6 a.m.? Like, I mean, I was up at 6 a.m. because I normally just get up early, but because I have to do this. but up that early, 6 a.m. on a Saturday? What you doing? Angie, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Says, I like salt and pepper, gritty up. Is that, do they have a song called Gritty Up? I don't know. But I used to listen to Salt and Pepper. I haven't listened to them in years. I'm surprised the song even came to my head. I am in the sort of in the mode of where I haven't listened to that in forever. Kevin says all my comments will now start with Quita sing. Oh man, that's funny. So as of right now, Sarah Williams has not signed with LSU just yet, or at least it hasn't been announced yet. She did her visit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, she has not signed with LSU yet. She may, or she may not. Who knows? Jason says, hey, Quita, can you do a segment on the Notre Dame pickups from the portal? Yes, I can. Yep. I'm trying to mosey my way on to through all the teams. I'm trying to do that. All right. We'll see. But anyway, y'all have a good one. I think I have ran out of all things to say. So Nancy says you could do lunches with Q. Yeah, that'd be funny. A show called Lunches with Quita, like Quita in the mornings. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just rambling because I'm done. Have a good Saturday. Hopefully y'all are restful. Hopefully y'all have a good day doing something that you enjoy. Be respectful, be kind, tell somebody that they matter because they truly do. And if no one has told you, you matter. You're important, and I am happy, very, very happy that you are on this earth. I just saw a super chat come through. Want to read it real quick. Angie says, thanks so much for the super chat. Angie says, Aaliyah Boston got her rookie deal extended to 4 years. Yes, she did. Yep. A thing to note is that rookies have it's a 3-year contract with the option of a 4-year contract based on what the team wants. And so if a team wants to pick you up for that 4th year, they can. Other than that, you could be just gone after 3 years. For the most part, for the better players, of course, yeah, you gotta pick them up on that 4th-year option because you don't want to lose those players. Because remember, they're on that deal, that deal, right? So yeah, so that's something to know. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Remember, guys, I love you, but most importantly, Jesus loves you, and He wants a relationship with you. Guys, the shirt, he only needed to borrow it for 3 days. From Good Friday to Resurrection Sunday, 3 days. And then the best thing that ever happened. Resurrection. And it's awesome. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Be kind, be respectful, and have a good day. See y'all tomorrow. Bright and early. Probably I don't know. Is that 5 a.m. for West Coast time? Anyway, see y'all tomorrow, 7 o'clock, because I gotta go to church early tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.